Good evening, folks. Wally here from Wally Reviews, and today we're gonna be checking out episode number 13 of Jujutsu Kaisen. Last time we left off, my boy Junpei got absolutely destroyed by Mahito. I had so much hope for Junpei, but it's not looking that good. I think he's done. I think he's dead. They did say that you could do a reverse counter curse kind of thing and fix him, but I think it's over. I think it's Jover. I think he's not coming back. So we're gonna have to deal with that. Update. Major update. So remember when at the start I was saying that I am keeping an archive of all of these reactions that I am doing in their full unedited state. Well, uh, those are now uploaded directly to my Patreon, which I have just created. You can see the link. It'll pop up on the screen whenever I transition scenes, and it'll be linked down in the description below. If you are interested in catching up and seeing everything I do in full length without any edits, uncut, unfiltered, all the sound, all the music, everything's there for you to see alongside me. There's quite a bit of yapping and discussions as well that get cut out that don't make it to the YouTube cut for whatever reason. So if you're interested in those, and if you're interested in catching those, just $5 a month on my Patreon. I have those available right now, all the way from every video that I started from episode 1 all the way up to everything currently is uploaded right there, as well as the next week's video is already up there right now. So episode 14, if you're interested in episode 14 of JJK, it is already up on my Patreon right now, and I will be putting episodes up on there as soon as they're recorded and initially edited for an uncut. So if that is something you are interested in, please go there, please support there. And if that's not something that you're interested in, you are more than welcome. I love you guys for watching on here on YouTube. So if you like it on YouTube here, leave a like, leave a subscribe, comment down below. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the series. No spoilers, but I do want to interact. And the reason I made this channel was because I wanted to interact with people and share my experience with them. And since I have all of these full links available, I figured that I would put them up somewhere at least to save them up at least, because I'm running out of space on my hard drive. So yeah, those are up as well if you're interested in checking them out. Just $5 a month, and you can get early access as well as full length at your doorstep. And if you would like to support any extra, if you like what I'm doing, if you want me to do more, if you want me to keep upgrading, keep improving, keep making things better and better and better, you're free and welcome to support even more on there. There are a bunch of different tiers on there, and each is pretty self-explanatory. So yeah, I'll catch you there if you're interested in the full length. And if you're not, if you're just here, then let's jump right into it together. Episode 13 of JJK. Let's go.
次はあんたを襲わせようと思うんだ。今度は泣いちゃうかな。現実と理想のすり合わせができていないバカなガキは。
He hasn't pulled the hair yet, so he's not gonna die.
今まさにそのすり合わせの真っ最中。どちらかといえば、バカはあなたです。
殺してきたか。今ならできるよね。
Domain expansion. There it is. Do we get to see Nanami's domain expansion? Oh, what is this domain expansion? The hands.
今はただ君に感謝を。
Okay, that was an experience. Okay. So as I was saying, I don't really enjoy Mahito's fighting. I feel like, I don't know, it's just not my vibe. I typically don't enjoy the more trickster type personalities, the more Mahito type personalities, pretty much. Like, it takes a very specific kind of power set to make me enjoy that kind of character. And Mahito so far isn't it. I'm not a huge fan of the body horror and gore kind of angle, so that's not really doing it for me. I am interested to see how and where this is gonna end. Nanami isn't gonna die. He has not pulled the hair yet. He is not going to die. Yuji obviously can't die because Mahito tried to infiltrate him and found out pretty quickly that Sukuna isn't gonna let him take over. From what I remember from last episode, Mahito tried to glean if they had made a deal, but did not really figure it out and thinks that there isn't a deal for Sukuna to take over, but there actually is a deal and Yuji just doesn't remember it. I don't know where we're going. Is this fight even going to conclude here? I can only imagine Nanami is going to have to use his domain expansion here. Oh yeah, you get aimbot. Oh, he can't do it. Oh, I know. Okay. Oh, she's dying. She is dying so badly. She's getting killed so bad and is gonna jade him so bad. Bro is on that FIRE journey. Oh, big dog. Kinda relate. Oh dear. Oh, he's opening up. Oh, he is doom scrolling. Oh, buddy. She's dying, man. Okay, I understand Nanami so much more now. How raw is Nanami? Aww.
死のうとお前が死のうとどうでもいい。奴以外は心底どうでもいい。
Megumi glaze. Okay, yeah, he did say that Megumi was gonna do some shit that would actually like fuck him up. The Fushiguro glaze. Has to be Sukuna taking over. Ghetto's gonna save him, most probably. What's up with Junpei? Can we save Junpei? Can we get Junpei on the right track? We lost his mom. We can't lose the guy too.
両面少な
The king of
現時
curses.
点では正吾より呪力の総量では劣るはずなのにあの存在感魂の格が違うこれは確信だ俺たちが全滅しても少なさえ復活すれば呪いの時代が来るナナミ俺は今日人を殺したよ人は死ぬそれは仕方ないならせめて正しく死んでほしいそう思ってたんだだから引き金を引かせないことばかり考えてたでも自分で引き金を引いて分かんなくなったんだ 正しい死って何そんなこと私にだって分かりません
Very philosophical question, Yuji.
悪人が罰を受け死ぬことが正しいとしても世の中の多くの人は善人でも悪人でも
Yep.
死は万人の執着ですが同じ死は存在しないそれらをすべて正しく導くというのはきっと苦しい私は
Yep.
お勧めしません
You can't care about everybody.
でも君はやるのでしょうね正しい死に様なんて分かりゃしないならせめて分かるまで
Save as many lives as you can.
あいつを殺すまでもう俺は負けない
Okay, so that was an episode. Mostly fighting. Good fighting. Don't have much to comment on that. They're doing a good job. Just showing all of the powers and representing the characters as they should be. I don't have anything to say there. I really like how simple the characters are in their thematic background and arc. JJK is not trying to build up extremely grand narratives or trying to make its characters way more complex than they need to be at this point in time. We, of course, have some outliers like Fushiguro, whose backstory is definitely going to be a very complex thing. But as far as characters like Nanami go, giving him a simple, easy to understand and relatable story and that informs us both of his character and of his actions is a very, very good choice. So Nanami, he's a guy. He got to Jujutsu Tech and he wanted to change things for the better, something or other. But then he very quickly realized that money is what turns the world around. And that's unfortunately a truth that we live in today. And I think a truth that Gege is highlighting specifically because JJK does have quite a bit of modern is the wrong word, current social commentary on it, 2020s and after social commentary on it, where as a young person in your 20s, your mind can only really fathom being happy and fulfilled when you're rich and have money and you want to retire by 40, you want to hit that FIRE number, become financially independent, be like all of those people going on vacations every year and cruises and owning a house and all of that. But then you look at what he does to make that money, and you see that it's all kinds of crooked stuff. He's a financial portfolio manager, and what his job pretty much is taking rich people's money, or even not rich people but people that just want to invest, take their investments and invest for them as an investment broker, and printing money for doing pretty much nothing. He's not actually making something, building something, or doing anything tangible to the world. All he is doing is helping those that have the means or get more means. Those who are rich become richer. And this is a very relevant commentary to today's social economic structure, and just how much even we as workers feel like we are only contributing to making the rich people richer, and while we ourselves are doing nothing, we're not adding anything to society. We're It's like being a manager or being a kind of role that is not directly building something or providing something. You're just there, kind of just existing and just collecting the paycheck and coasting by. And while that can feel pretty freeing, but it also comes with the price that you start losing your soul, you start losing the things that matter. And that's what was happening to Nanami. You see this Nanami, this guy that's making a really good income, but his eyes keep getting heavier. His mood keeps getting worse. And he just can't be happy or fulfilled. While you have this bakery worker, this really small bakery, and they just sell what they sell, and they're not some rich people or anything. They're selling bread, they're selling something tangible of value, they're selling something that other people be- can be happy with. They're spreading joy around. They're not just there to make someone else richer. They're there to feed someone, providing a tangible social benefit and receiving currency in exchange for it. Instead of what he's doing, which he thinks is he's swindling life pretty much in his eyes, and he's not doing anything meaningful, and he's not getting a positive feedback from what he's doing right now. He's got all the money in the world, but he is as sad as could be. This bakery girl, she ain't as rich as him. She doesn't have the means as him, and she understands the concepts that he's talking about, but she's deflecting. She's like, I don't want to talk about that and taint our relationship almost. But what he sees in her is happiness and fulfillment and joy, stuff that aren't in his life, and that's why he went back to jujutsu and exorcism. It's because he wants to make a social difference, and he isn't good enough to have a domain expansion or anything like that. But even still, he's there to make that difference, and he will stand on business if and when the need calls. And I think that is a great plot line for a character like him, a jaded salaryman that has seen and become cynical and jaded from what the real human world has become, and has instead dedicated his life to helping people and solving problems and trying to make the world a better place for the little time that he spends on this planet. And that's it. That's all we have for Nanami so far, and it's powerful, and it's exactly what a character like him needs to be compelling. And whenever he's on screen now, I will be taking him very seriously because I know what he stands for, and I know his principles. Speaking of principles, we had Yuji this time, and Yuji has to wrestle with his own principles right now. He had to kill those morphed people that Mahito uses as weapons. And though it's framed as he's putting them out of their misery, the same thing with Junpei, he's still trying to deal with how to quantify and value life while also understanding that not all life is equal. as terrible as that sounds, and how he himself cannot take up the burden of trying to make sure that good people get good endings and bad people get bad endings. Because most people aren't that binary. We are not just good, we are not just evil. People steal because they're hungry. People do good because they like other people seeing them good. You can do a good thing for a bad purpose, you can do a bad thing for a good reason. That's how morality works. And if we tried to go out there and ensure that every good person got a good end and every bad person got a bad end, you would just die. You would crumble under that pressure. You cannot shoulder the world's problems. And that's exactly what Yuji is trying to do and will have to learn that he can't do. He's going to be faced with far more failures like Junpei, where he will blame himself for not being there, not being able to do anything, despite the fact that it's not something that is his responsibility. He is not accountable for other people's actions or what happens to them outside of his control. And so I'm interested to see how much of Hyuji's humanity is going to be tested in this series, and by the end, will he be able to hang on to that humanity, or will he, like he almost did in this Sukuna and in this Mahito and Junpei scenario, how much he lost control there and wanted to kill Mahito? Will he be able to hold on to his humanity, or will he eventually just let Sukuna take over and give up that responsibility and burden and let that beast out? Because that's his struggle. He's struggling with the beast inside him that wants him to kill, that wants him to take lives, that wants him to disregard everything that Yuji, the guy, stands for. We had some really interesting allusions. Sukuna said that the only one that he cares about is Megumi, my boy Fushiguro, who, if you didn't catch previous episodes, I did mention is probably my favorite character at this point in time. So I am very, very much looking forward to what they're going to do with him, because it implies that we saw in episode, I believe it was 3, where Fushiguro was fighting Sukuna, and I think he was about to pull out a secret trick, which Sukuna kind of actually acknowledged before Yuji swapped back and took back over. But Fushiguro has a lot of layers that are left unpeeled and that we are slowly building up to. And I am very interested to see what this power inside Fushiguro is, what his backstory is, who is that woman in the backstory, what does he mean when he says his father didn't care about how he named him. I want to see all of these aspects come together, and I just want the story to reintegrate back. This was a nice little jaunt with Junpei and his problems, but I would like to go back and join back up with the crew. You know, Maki, Panda, uh, other guy whose name I forgot, with that can't talk outside of sushi ingredients or whatever. Like, I want to get back to the crew and just get on with this tournament arc, which I think is actually going to be starting from the next episode. So we'll see about that. But yeah, if you enjoyed this episode, if you enjoyed watching it with me, leave a like down below, leave a comment, subscribe, help me with the algorithm gods, and I'll see you next time. And as always, if you want to watch the next episode right now, it is up on my Patreon, link down in the description below. So check that out as well. Until then, bye bye.